Oops, let's click off of this here. Alright, what's going on, Failroaders? I'm Joshua Thomas, and as you can see here, we are here to talk about this new trailer for Ever Crisis that just dropped. And is my screen frozen? Looks like it's frozen? No. I don't know what's going on. There we go. Oh man, it's so far behind. That's what it is. Alright. So, last video I made, I was talking about where was Ever Crisis and what was going on with it. Well, Square Enix dropped this trailer the day before the official release of Crisis Core, and well, let's just go ahead and watch it from the beginning here. We've got these unimportant characters from First Soldier, which shows us that First Soldier elements are still going to be in it from the very outset. Don't know who those people are going to be. We got the menu system here showing off Crisis Core. I'll go back and pause on some of this later. They're really showcasing Zack in this one. It's looking good. Showing some key moments from the OG FF7, then immediately back to Crisis Core, then back to FF7. You can tell some of the dialogue has been altered. And then we got the Chocobo Farm. And then Aerith running in a white dress through Reactor 5. Red 13 attacking Reno. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff to unpack here. Limit breaks. And then young Sephiroth standing in the middle of something that's burning. But what it is, we don't know. Ever Crisis. Closed beta test summer 2023. Still in, let me see. Let me go back here. Here's the sad part. Still says it's just for... Nope. Thought I paused it. Still says it's just for iOS and Android. Now, I've got some opinions on this, and I think we're going to talk about this first. So, why are they holding it back for 6 months? They thought they were going to have a closed beta out by now, but now it's going to be summer 2023. I'm saying 6 months just for the hell of it, but yeah, I mean, summer 2023 is what we're looking at here. Let's go to a better looking scene than just that. It's possibly going to either come out right before or right after Final Fantasy 16, at least the closed beta is. And that just seems kind of like a really close time. So it could be a month after 16 comes out. It could be a month before 16 comes out. We've yet to see that. Or it could be 2 months after. I mean, summer doesn't technically end until like September. So I guess there could still be a little bit of leeway there. Still seems just close to 16 for me. But what is with this 6 months? What are they going to be doing in the 6 months that this game is under extra development? Let's just play this trailer back. I think we've seen this scene before in another trailer, but I can't remember. I'm not going to look it up. Once again, another possibility for a remake. Here, I'll let this play as I'm talking about it. I put a poll out, and you're welcome to take that poll. A link to the community is in the description of this video. Open it up in a new tab. Be sure and scroll down to where I talk about what console would you prefer to play Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis on. And 21 people voted so far, but so far the numbers are outstandingly PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4 and PC. People want to play this game on a console or on PC, probably Steam. I had probably a couple votes go to the Nintendo Switch, the Xbox, and then just give it to me on my cell phone already, so on Android or iPhone. If I was going to say something crazy like, you know what, if that poll gets up to 1,000 votes, I'll send it to Square Enix. I'll be like, hey, look, Square Enix, that's proof right there that people would pay to have this on console. I should have asked that in the poll as well. And would you pay for it? Like, leave a comment after that. But you know what? You can still leave a comment, because that's one of the things I talked about in my previous video on Ever Crisis was, would you be willing to pay for it? My answer, to have it on Steam or on PlayStation, I'd pay for it. I'd pay $1 or $2 per chapter, or just some kind of flat rate for, say, the 10 chapters of the OG, the however many chapters there's going to be of Crisis Core. We didn't see exactly how many chapters there were going to be, but we did see in the menu that, let me skip over to that. We've got the menu here. We see the missing soldier. Let me see if I can back up on this. This is where we want to be. All right. We'll play forward here, and you've got Final Fantasy VII, and it says that it's clear. So FF7, the OG, is clear. I don't know if you can see my mouse, but I'm waving it. Then we've got Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core. So what this tells me is that they are going to come out with the OG Final Fantasy VII first, but are they going to come out with Crisis Core alongside it? That's one of the reasons why I could see them postponing the beta for 6 more months. Crisis Core was probably still in development for Ever Crisis, and the OG was probably complete, which is what they were going to release now. Maybe they're going to release the OG and Crisis Core together at the same time, hoping that they will draw in more fans amidst the sort of downfall of the first soldier. That's all I'm going to say about that right there. But then you can see here over on the side, you've got the main menu, which we're on right now. You've got your allies, because you'll see in the trailer that there are party members together that you normally wouldn't see together, such as Aerith and Zack and Red 13. That's an odd party makeup. Don't know if that's going to be time attacks or if you're just going to get to have odd allies in any part of the game that you've unlocked. That remains to be seen yet. But then you've got equipment, you've got party. Perhaps that is where you can adjust your party for the main game. And then you've got draws down here. I don't know if you can see it due to my picture or not. But we'll play forward there. You can see there the Missing Soldier Story Party Mode, Chapter 1. And it says Story Party Mode. So that makes me wonder if you can have a party. But then if we look down here, you'll see that we have party character, and we've got Zack in these save files or cleared sections, chapters, whatever you want to call them. And then we've got these hexagonal X's or crossed out areas. I wonder if that means that we can't have extra party members in this area. So that would mean that maybe what you're seeing in those mixed up parties is some kind of challenge mode where you can just have whoever you want fighting these different bosses. So far, I think in the in those areas, we've only seen bosses being fought, but at the same time, we saw Aerith in the white dress running through Reactor 5, which doesn't happen in the OG. So we'll play forward from here. Genesis copies, Episode 6, Episode 5, Episode 4, the Wutai Shinobi. Alright, interesting. I like the look. It looks good. It looks good. So now there's one other reason, aside from them putting this out on Crisis Core, that I can think that they would want to postpone this for 6 months, or even longer than that. It could be 7 or 8 months from now. They haven't announced it in this trailer. 6 to 8 months. Not to mention the time that they've decided this from a couple months ago. That's close to a year's worth of development that they have postponed this game. That year could be used to make this multi-platform. They're not going to announce it now because they're not prepared to announce it. But maybe sometime next year, 3 months from now, 6 months from now, they could announce that yes, they are indeed putting this on PC, or they are indeed putting this on PlayStation or something. Back to people wanting to play it on PlayStation or PC. For those of you just joining us, I took a poll. You can take that poll in my video description. There's a link to my community page. I'm not surprised that that's how it turned out. I think most of the people who watch these videos and are interested in the content that I create are going to kind of share the same views as me, and I have been very open about wanting to play this either on my computer or on my PlayStation back there. And it also doesn't surprise me that the PlayStation won out a little bit over the PC, because a lot of Final Fantasy VII games are PlayStation exclusives, or PlayStation timed exclusives, which means they're going to be exclusive to the PS5 for 6 months or a year before they are released on other consoles and other platforms. So that means that if you want to play it as early as possible, get your hands on it, you've got to, get the PS5. So Final Fantasy VII fans have naturally flocked to the PlayStation consoles and also the PC, because you can get a lot of other Final Fantasy games on PC as well. Very psyched to be getting Crisis Core also, which I've got it coming to me through GameStop, so it may be a couple days after tomorrow, which is the release date, because it has to get shipped to me. But I could see them once again stating, hey, we're putting this on Steam, or we're putting this on PlayStation to begin with, and then rolling it out to other consoles like the Nintendo Switch or Xbox as time goes on. For right now, though, they're still saying it's just on Android and iOS. We've got the young Sephiroth here. Let me back this up and see if I can put it right at the beginning. It's difficult to say what is burning here. We've got some kind of rubble right here. It's hard to tell what it is, but over here, it looks like the grill of some vehicle, like the hood of a pickup truck from like the 1950s or something, and maybe this is another part of a vehicle as well. It's hard to tell that can't tell what that is right there. It's almost looks like it could be a body. And then we're obviously in a forested area. What is this fire that Sephiroth is standing in the middle of? Like, is this part of the Wutai War? Or is this something, another one of Shinra's dark secrets that they had to cleanse and rebuild? They mentioned that Calm was destroyed before the OG was made. So, or before the timeline of the OG. I can't remember when Calm was destroyed, but Calm had to be rebuilt, if I'm not mistaken. Please correct me if I'm wrong in a comment, or at least let me know like how many years before it was. Maybe this is a fire that was started outside of Calm, or maybe this is a forest in Wutai. It'll be interesting to see what motivation is behind this, but once again, this is probably first soldier content, so that'll remain to be seen. But we'll go back through here. They definitely showcase Crisis Core elements a lot, undoubtedly because, you know, this is a strategic release date. They released it on the 12th. Crisis Core releases on the 13th. So of course they're going to show a bunch of Crisis Core footage for Ever Crisis. There's so many crises going on now. Ever Crisis, Before Crisis, Crisis Core, Jesus Crisis. It looks like there's alternate dialogue in here as well, so it's not like a perfect remake. There's Aerith running in the dress again. It'll be fun if these are just like time attack trials, like, hey, you know, do these time attacks and get bonus content, or do these attacks or battles and unlock new parts of the game, or maybe these are like new game pluses where you've already beaten the game and now you can just play with whatever party you want. So that's my take. That's my take on why they've postponed it for so long. I can't imagine that they postponed it for this long just because they wanted to fine-tune it. I think the failure of First Soldier had a little bit to do with this. I think they are wanting to increase the amount of stuff that's in the game, as we can clearly see in this trailer. And hopefully, fingers crossed, they're taking this time to at least make it cross-platform for something. So, thank you for joining me on this very short live stream. I was going to live stream like the Final Fantasy XVI trailer, or at least make a video about that so that I could post it, and then this video dropped today, so here we are. If you enjoy the stuff that I'm making, please just give a like. That's so simple, and it helps the channel out a lot. And if you want to receive more Final Fantasy VII and Final Fantasy content in general, be sure to hit the subscribe button and stay tuned for more Final Fantasy VII content and like 16 and whatever else they come out with. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll check you next time.